My name is Christina Lott, and myself, along with Casey Baruch, Shari Bell, Kira Feezer, and Sydney Hood, decided to implement a Coffee Cart Friday for our Teachers in Action presentation. Our host setting for this project was Leesburg Elementary School, which is in Leesburg, Florida. Their mission is to empower students to become tomorrow's leaders. They have a vision to create an elementary school community that develops students who achieve greatness both academically and socially in order to become productive leaders in society. Leesburg Elementary School is also a Title I school. They offer various programs and have multiple clubs for students to participate in. Some of these clubs include 4-H, Chorus, Safety Patrol, Art Club, STEAM, and the National Elementary Honor Society. Over 800 students attend Leesburg Elementary School. Of these 852 students, 45% are Caucasian, 42% are African American, 12% are Hispanic, and 1% is Asian. 92% of the total students are on free or reduced lunch. Many students who attend this school come from rough home situations or a lack of resources to help make sure they are taken care of. This is something to take into account when working with these students and helping them receive the tools they need to be successful students. We decided to implement Coffee Cart Friday with students from an intellectually disabled classroom. We chose this activity to help build social, communication, and life skills with the students. We used a template from an online resource, which is linked here, to help us as we planned and implemented this activity. The staff and faculty at Leesburg Elementary School were given options such as medium roast or dark roast coffee, hot tea, hot chocolate, and specialty coffee, which was pumpkin spice because of the fall season that we are in. We also offered different add-in options such as cream and sugar, and every person within our group went out and purchased materials for this activity. Some of us bought the different K-cups or the coffee cups and lids. Some of us bought the sugar packets and the cream. And we also received some donations from different staff members within the school to help purchase supplies. We met on Wednesday, October 30th and Thursday, October 31st to plan this activity. We pretty much took the whole day, both of those days, to plan this activity to make sure that it was as successful and efficient as possible. We implemented the activity on November 1st and November 8th, which were both Fridays. We did this activity for a couple hours in the morning because that best fit the students' schedule. We met with the students around 9:30 in the morning and used Keurig coffee machines to brew the individual cups of coffee. Students would help gather the K-cups we needed to complete the orders, and we would assist them as they put the K-cups in the machine and brewed the coffee. We helped the students by pouring water into the machine as needed and putting the lids on the coffee cups to avoid any spills. We would then place all of the completed coffee orders on a cart, and students would help push the cart to different areas of the school and deliver the coffee to the corresponding teacher. Each student took their job seriously, yet had a smile on their face every time they made a teacher smile by bringing them coffee. And this was so cool to see because I felt like it gave each student a sense of purpose and responsibility, and they seemed to really enjoy it. When we finished delivering all of the orders, we returned to the classroom. Teachers and staff were given a form in their mailboxes to fill out and return to the front office. We then kept a master list of the orders to make sure we got everyone and their order. The customers checked off their order selection and then specified if they wanted cream or sugar, which we provided the individual packets and the little individual things of cream so they could add as much or as little as they liked. The different drink options were color-coded, and those K-cups were placed in containers of the same color for easy collection of items to fill the orders. The forms were later used to go with the cups out for delivery to ensure accuracy of the order and for the person who ordered it.
The students that we worked with were extremely diverse. The group consisted of 17 students between the ages of 6 and 12. The group had 14 males and 3 females. The group consisted of 8 African American students, 6 white students, 1 multiracial student, 1 Hispanic student, and 1 Asian Pacific Island student. Their IEPs specify this type of class because several are on access points. Because of the results of extensive testing, it is clear that the least restrictive environment for these students is a self-contained classroom. This is because it best prepares them for their future education. The students go out into the general education population for enrichment classes each day in compliance with IDEA. For our Service in Action project, students prepared and served coffee to teachers and staff. We split up into 3 groups and rotated, so each student had an opportunity to do everything in the activity. The students also made sure that each group had the amount of coffee that they needed. The students enjoyed delivering the coffee to the teachers. They especially loved it when they were able to deliver coffee to their former teachers. We divided the campus into 3 areas, so some groups required more helpers than others.
Hi, my name is Shari Bell, and I'm going to be talking to you about the perceptions of differences and connections to our course in the Teachers in Action PowerPoint. One of the first things that we thought prior to starting this process was that we were going to have to help the students a little bit more than we would in a regular classroom. We found out very quickly that this was not the case, that the students were actually incredibly eager to get started and helped throughout the entire process, from sorting the K-cups to making the coffee to doing the orders and taking the cart. Throughout the school, all the students played a very active role in this process. The second thing that we wanted to do with this process was allow the students to feel like they were having an experience. So we purchased green aprons, kind of similar to what Starbucks baristas wear. And this allowed the students to differentiate between what was happening in their classroom and what we were doing as a project. This seemed to be so successful that after we were done, one of the students did not want to give his apron back. And the good news is he doesn't have to, because the teachers in those classrooms have decided to extend this project beyond our involvement and do this once a month at the school. One of the other things was we thought everybody was going to participate in this activity the way we had planned it. However, we had a student who did not want to prepare the coffee. He wanted to study the maps and make sure that we were delivering coffee to all the places we were supposed to. So one of us worked with him to allow him to check our maps and make sure that all 3 of our coffee carts were going to all the places that they were supposed to. This allowed him to participate fully and engage in the opportunity where he might not have otherwise wanted to. The next thing that we noticed was the interaction with the students and the staff and the teachers, and how they took the time to follow the directions we gave them and also engage with the teachers and staff that they were delivering with. And that was such an awesome thing to see. And the other byproduct of this was the students in the classrooms that we were delivering to also got to see these students in a different light. And because they don't spend as much time with their grade levels, because they're in a self-contained unit, this allowed these students to show a another side of themselves to their peers. And it was really, really cool to watch. The other side of this is that we wanted to make sure that all of our administrators got involved in this project. And the reason we wanted that to occur was because for some of these students, they tend to find themselves in trouble. And so the experiences that they have with administration can sometimes be negative. So this was an opportunity for both administrators and students to put themselves in different lights and allow a connection to be made between the two of them that went beyond a negative experience. This gave it a more positive spin. And I think for everybody involved, it allowed them to feel like they were doing something good, and it allowed the students to put themselves in a more positive light. And I think it was a relationship game changer for both parties. The connection to your course for us was we focused really heavily on Chapter 5 and the hidden curriculum, things that they needed to know to function out in society, social cues, social aspects of this activity where they had to remember what to say, how to thank people. Those things were very important to us when we sat down to do this lesson. So we worked with them on that, as well as other aspects of the hidden curriculum. Safety, making sure that the students understood the processes of how to prepare the coffee, how to make sure that they don't hurt themselves or burn themselves, putting the lids on the tops of the cups, and being able to take that activity that was on paper and the rules as we went over them and then apply them once we got underway. We also focused on transitions to adulthood. This activity is a social skills, life skills activity, so it's something that will help prepare them for the future when they go out into the workforce. Now, granted, they are elementary school students right now, but at some point they're going to go out into society. And while this isn't going to happen right this minute, this activity gives them a small taste of what the expectations are for them if they were to have this kind of job. And for them, it was really exciting to watch them embrace that role. And for some, I know of one student who basically told me at the end of the first day was that he now works for Starbucks. So if it plants a seed in them to be able to recall this activity years from now and give them confidence that they have the ability to do this, then I feel like we've done our job. Now, in the short term, this will help them maybe at home over the holidays where they can take drink orders for their family over Thanksgiving dinner, or help out with their parents in the kitchen making drinks and such for other gatherings. So this has a wide-ranging effect for these students to help them. This also goes to self-sufficiency, which is another aspect that was covered in Chapter 5. And that allows us to help them understand that they have the ability to do things. So often for students with special needs, I think sometimes they're made to feel less than. So to be able to walk around campus and deliver drinks and feel important is an aspect that they don't get very often. So to give them that experience and give them a boost of self-esteem so that they understand that they are capable, they are worthy, and they can accomplish something that may seem a little daunting on paper, but once they get going with it, they realize that they are able to achieve more than they first realized.
Civic engagement. Everyone should volunteer somewhere in their lives, but volunteering alongside people with disabilities helps teach patience, understanding, and tolerance. Service learning is a wonderful hands-on way of taking what you've learned through reading, putting it into practice, and learning to adjust when the situation arises. This experience has shown us that we need to consider everyone when planning activities and lessons. Understanding that we need to modify lessons for time and scope, as well as understanding the limitations of our students and their accommodations. We truly believe this experience will shape us as future educators. Volunteering reminds people that everyone matters and that they are important too. Final thoughts and reflections. Creating programs and opportunities for people to participate in helping students and others to interact with students with disabilities helps them to better understand who they are and what their potential is. It also helps empower those to do more and stretch out of their own comfort zone or show people they are more capable than they think. It is important for teachers and school districts to create opportunities for all students to show who they are and what they are capable of. This allows others to come and pitch in and help students feel more involved in activities. We really got a lot out of this activity. For some, it was a first look into this type of classroom and working with these students. For others, it was a reaffirmation of what they know about these students. For all of us, it was a life-changing experience that will make us all better teachers. The students served over 85 plus beverages over the 2 days of service to the school. This activity was taken from Miss D's Corner Coffee Cart Friday activity. You can find her at Miss D's Corner. The teachers have decided to continue this activity on a once-a-month basis at Leesburg Elementary.